Good morning, everyone. Today I am going over the lesson that I taught on day 6, which would have been on I believe it was the 19th, no, I'm sorry, the 19th or the 20th of October. For those of you on A day, it would have been the 19th, and those on B day, it would have been the 20th. So this is linear equations, building equations with 2 points. We are going to work on the warm-up and then talk about building equations when you are given 2 coordinate points and building equations when you're given a parallel and a perpendicular line. And then last but not least, talking about point-slope form of linear equations. So here is our warm-up, and what I'm going to ask you to do is pause the video and do the warm-up yourself, and when you get done you can restart the video. So hopefully you paused the video, and now I'm going to go over these problems. This is review. This is the hints that I have here are to make sure that you remember what is the slope-intercept form of a line, which is y equals mx plus b. M is your slope, and b is your y-intercept here. And what you do when you are given your y-intercept, which is the b, only the y part of your y-intercept, and the slope is you just plug them in. So you will get y equals, make that a little smaller, y equals 1/2 negative 1/2 x plus 3. And that is the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. For our second example, we need to, once again, remember that this is y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form. We say it again and again and again. You are this time given a slope as you were above here, but you're not given the y-intercept. You are given a point, and that point has an x value, and it also has a y value. So this is the y value over here in our warm-up, and this is the x value, the 3. And when you have an equation, it doesn't matter how many letters are there or numbers, you can solve if you have all of them except one. You can solve for that one. So we're going to take, what we do is we take the y equals mx plus b, and we know that this is an x, and this is a y, and this is the m. So we plug those 3 things in, and we're able to solve for b. This is going to be 4 equals 2 times 3 plus b. And when I solve this equation, I get 4 equals 6 plus b. And then I'll just take it to the left. We're going to subtract 6 on both sides of our equation, and we end up with negative 2 equals b. So b is equal to negative 2. And then what I have is, I have my b as I did up in number 1, and I have my slope as I have highlighted here in yellow, and I plug them back in to the y equals mx plus b. So this is y equals 2, that's our m, x minus 2, that's our b. And then the last question here is to actually write it from the graph. So what we need to do is, once again, remember y equals mx plus b, m is the slope, and b is the y-intercept, where we cross the y-axis. So that I can figure out right here that my b is equal to negative 2. Then if I want to figure out my slope, I have to find a lattice point. These here are lattice points. That's where we cross over lines on the graph, on the coordinate plane. And we will rise and run. Now, when I take my pen here and I go up, rising, 2 and running 1. That is rising, which is a positive direction, and running to the right is a positive direction. So therefore my slope is positive. My slope is going to be rise 2 and run 1, or we can just say 2. So we have the slope and we have the y-intercept. So therefore we can write y equals our slope x minus 2, which as you notice is the same as the one above, but the one above we didn't have the graph. But we did have a point on that line, and that point was 3, 4, which is actually this point right here. So just a quick caveat is if you are doing your slope and you can't rise, let's say you don't have any space on your graph to rise and you have to go down, you can go down, which is in a negative direction, and if you go to the left, that is also a negative direction. And therefore, we have to remember that a negative times a negative is equal to a positive, just like a positive times a positive is equal to a positive. Now, if we had a negative slope, we would either be, this is for negative slope, we would either be going up, which is a positive direction, and then going to the left, which is a negative direction. Or we would be going down, which is a negative direction, and to the right, which is a positive direction. We need to remember here that a negative times a positive gives me a negative, or a positive times a negative gives me a negative, which is why this is a negative slope. Moving on, please remember that you can stop this video at any time to copy the notes if I'm going too fast, but I don't have a lot of time on this, so I'm going to do it pretty quickly. When we are writing an equation or building an equation, when we're only given 2 points, we have to do things a little differently. We need slope and we need the y-intercept in order to graph a line, or write a line, excuse me, not graph a line, write a line in slope-intercept form. There's an E in there. In order to get these two things, either given to us or we have to find them. This time, we are only given 2 points. But we know from earlier how to find our slope if we're given 2 points. This point here, we can say it's our first point, so we can just call it x sub 1, y sub 1, because every coordinate point is x comma y, so that's our first x and our first y, and this is our second x and our second y. And we are looking for the change in y over the change in x. That triangle is actually a Greek delta sign, which in mathematics we abbreviate that to mean change. So our change, the difference in the two y's and the difference in the two x's. So I'm going to start here with 12 minus 3 over 7 minus 4, and I'm left with 9 over 3, or 3. That is my slope. So that's the part 1, and we'll keep it in the same colors. So this here is my slope. Now I need to find my y-intercept, and I'm going to do just like I did up above when I was given a point and a slope. So the point, let's just use the first one as for 3. We plug that in as just the x and the y in our y equals mx plus b. Remember, y equals mx plus b. And from here, we're going to plug in the y, which is 3, equals m, which is 3, times the x, which is 4, plus b. This is 3 equals 12 plus b. And then I'm going to delete. I'm going to subtract 12 on both sides, and I'm left with b equals negative 9. So now I have my slope and I have my y-intercept, and I can write the line as y equals 3x minus 9. Our second example is the same thing, and we're going to do it the exact same way as we are going to look for the change in y over the change in x using these 2 points. So these are my first points, x1, y1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. And I will go 1 minus 6 over a negative 2 minus 8. This is m. 1 minus 6 is equal to a negative 5, and negative 2 minus 8 is equal to a negative 10, which simplifies to 1/2. So that is my slope. And as we did in the first example, we will do in the second. So now I take y, let's use the first point. 6 equals our slope, 1/2, times the x value, which is 8, plus b. So we have 6 equals 4 plus b. 1/2 times 8 is 4. Subtract 4 on both sides, and I'm left with 2 equals b. That is my y-intercept. So now I can write the line as y equals 1/2 x, that's my slope, plus 2. Alrighty. Our next examples have to do with parallel and perpendicular lines. Now what you have to understand is with a parallel line, they have the same slope. They are two lines that will never touch, and the reason why is because their slopes are the same. So when you're finding a parallel line to example 3, we have the slope already. It's just negative 3. And when you're finding the parallel line to example 4, we have the slope. It is 1/2. The challenge comes in when you are looking for the perpendicular line slope. So the perpendicular line has a slope of negative reciprocal. What does that mean? A reciprocal, if you were to have 2/3, the reciprocal is when you switch positions between the denominator and the numerator. So 2/3 and 3/2 are reciprocals. And if it's a negative, so if we start with a 2/3, our reciprocal would be negative 3/2. If we started with a negative 2/3, our reciprocal would be a positive 3/2. So we change the sign. So let's start out over here. This is going to be the same thing as we did in our warm-up. We have our slope, which is negative 3, and we're looking for our y-intercept, and we have a point, which is our x and our y. So this is negative 6 equals our slope, negative 3, times negative 1, our x, plus b. Negative 6 equals negative 3 times negative 1 is a positive 3, plus b. We subtract 3 on both sides, and we are left with negative 9 equals b. So our equation of this line is y equals negative 3x minus 9. On example number 4, oh, I forgot something. We're not done. We now have to do the perpendicular line. So this here was the parallel line, and I'll do the perpendicular line, if I have room, right down here. So the perpendicular line, which we actually have a sign that looks like an upside down capital T, that means perpendicular. If our slope was negative 3 for the parallel line, then the perpendicular is going to be the opposite of negative 3, so it's going to be positive, and it's the reciprocal. And remember, when you have a whole number, it's the same as 3 over 1, so therefore, when you switch those, we're going to get a 1/3. So this is our slope, and our y-intercept we have to find now. So the y-intercept, we will plug in our point, negative 6, just the same as we did right here, but we have a different slope. Negative 6 equals, this time 1/3, times -1 plus b